Hello there, welcome to a demonstration on how to perform a break-even analysis. Now, it's important to understand the working definition of a break-even analysis. It is actually a method of determining the number of units or products that must be sold, or in other words, reimbursed at a given price to recover the cost of initiating and operating a new service program, new business, or even to host an event. And this particular case will be using a hosting of an event as one way of actually looking at it. So again, the break-even point is that particular service level at which the revenue will actually equal the expenses. So profit is not made, but at least all the fixed costs are covered. So again, mathematically, the break-even point is the volume or level of activity at which total revenue equals total costs. This is a very, very important technique that can actually be used even for startups, for those people who want to start a business, because many times we're very ambitious and we think we'll be able to pay ourselves whatever salary we want. So break-even analysis enables you to have a reality check, because at least you'll be able to understand how much business you should be able to generate in order for you to pay whatever salaries you want to pay yourself. So in this particular demonstration, we are using a scenario where we would want to host a show, right? So a band, a music band will actually come and perform, but we are trying to determine whether it's actually going to be feasible at all. Should we be able to go ahead with this? So again, this is a kind of a scenario where a local nonprofit organization have been experiencing some revenue sources and challenges, and of course they would want to figure out if they can host an event so they can find ways of actually raising some additional revenue for their operation. Right, and of course they do have some national music band that is dedicated to their mission, and so therefore they will be able to bring them across. So the music band is willing to charge a discounted rate because of the alignment with your nonprofit cause, and the group will charge $30,000 to perform, and the venue is charging $25,000. Security is charging $10,000. Advertising and promotion will cost about $20,000, and the helpers for the event will cost a total of $15,000. And the average ticket price is going to be $100, while the ticket master is charging $30 per ticket. So how many tickets must be sold for the event to break even before the decision is made to proceed? Right, so this sounds more like a mouthful one, but you will be able to appreciate how break-even analysis approach can actually simplify that. So the first thing is to figure out what the fixed costs are going to be, right? So in this particular case, we've been told that the venue booking will cost about $25,000, and the music band fee will charge a bargain of $30,000. And security will be, to make sure people are actually secure, will be $10,000, advertising $20,000, and helping costs will be $15,000. So when you add up everything, it gives you the fixed cost of $100,000. Now we've also been told that the entrance charge, which is the ticket price, is actually going to be $100, right? And it costs $30 to have one ticket actually issued, which means that we are making a contribution profit of $70 per ticket, right? So once again, here we're actually able to add up all the fixed costs. Now here we're trying to figure out what the contribution per ticket is actually going to be. So that contribution is what we use to divide the fixed costs, right? And here it tells us that when we do that, when we divide 100,000 by $70, we will need to sell at least 1,429 tickets for us to go ahead, right? So in a situation like this, then of course is an organization, then you can figure out, are you going to be able to sell those kind of tickets, right? Okay. So again, if you sell anything higher than 1,429, it's all profit you're actually making, right? So of course the target would be to make more money above the fixed cost, because that's the actual money you are actually going to remain with. So the beauty about break-even analysis is that once you have we've calculated the first scenario, you're actually able then to play around, right, and see whether you want to increase the entrance charge, or maybe you want to cut on some of the costs here. For example, for advertising, if we realize that, oh no, it's not actually going to be 20,000 because you're going to use a lot of social media, which is actually free. So it's actually going to cost us 10,000, right? And by just doing that, it means that we only need 1,286 tickets to break even, right? Then of course you can actually begin to look at other places, like for example for the helpers, maybe we're going to save $5,000. We're going to get some volunteers since we're a non-profit organization. So maybe the help costs may come down to $10,000, and again you can see that this actually continues to change. And then maybe the entrance fee, maybe we may say that it's actually going to be $120, right? And then all of a sudden you only need 944 tickets to be bought in order for you to break even. You can see how powerful this particular tool is. It's not sophisticated calculation we're able to do here. It's just a question of understanding the concept itself, and that it's actually driven by the fixed cost and the contribution per item. Again, you can apply this technique to a variety of business types. If you sell multiple products, then you have to find the average, so that at least you can have some idea of how much of that particular product, how much of that service you must sell in order for you to break even. Now, it's also the same kind of technique that is actually used by organizations. Let's say an organization is experiencing a slowdown in their business, and then they're trying to figure out how much do they have to be driving, how much business should they generate in order for them to cover the fixed costs. They're actually able to do that, and then they can actually begin to tell people that, okay, each individual is going to have a target of so much so that we can survive. If we're not able to make those targets, maybe we may have to lay off some people, right? Because you can see why in many cases organizations tend to go in target specific fixed costs that can be changed, right? Okay, for example, salaries, wages. If you reduce the number of people who actually who are within the organization in order for you to break even, it's actually one way of doing that. But again, it's always harsh. It comes across as harsh, but basically that's business decision making. You can actually begin to identify areas where you can actually cut on costs so that you can be in a place where you'll be able at least to cover all your fixed costs, and then go beyond that and be able to make some profit, so that the organization can continue to survive at least for the foreseeable future. So there you are, break-even analysis, a very important tool, very simplistic tool, but many people find it a little bit intimidating. And in fact, as you can see here, it's nothing to be intimidated about as long as you understand what sort of numbers are actually required for you to come up to that particular decision, and then the flexibility the tool actually gives you for you to change or customize the problem to a level where it actually makes sense for decision making. Otherwise, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much for watching. Again, please like the video, share the video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.